There's a bright light through a multicolored prism, make your feet want to leave the ground. And you'll be dancing on the ceiling till your head is feeling dizzy and you're having trouble breathing, but you just can't argue with the reason as the music goes around and round. Anytime, anywhere, anytime, anywhere, well, you just call me and I'll be there. Anytime, anywhere, anytime, anywhere, well, you just call me and I'll be there. Can't say I know just how you're feeling when you're shaking to the core of everything that you believe in, and you can't see no reason to believe it, and you're left just wondering why. And I know that you're feeling like old friendless, cause your days are getting longer and the nights are getting endless. You just call me anytime at all and I'll be right by your side. Anytime, anywhere, anytime, anywhere, you just call me and I'll be there. Anytime, anywhere, anytime, anywhere, you just call me and I'll be there. Right now, faced with it, you should try to move forward on to oblivion. Bright light keeps on getting closer and it might just be a train. Well, cool down and always stay reminded, if you ever get lost, you know I'm always gonna find you. And your back has always been protected and it's always gonna be the same. Anytime, anywhere, anytime, anywhere, you just call me and I'll be there. Anytime now, anywhere, anytime, anywhere, you just call me now, you just call me now, you just call me now. All you gotta do is call. Anytime, anywhere, you just call me and I'll be there. Anytime, anywhere, anytime, anywhere, you just call me and I'll be there.
So yesterday I found myself in a conversation around kombucha. Right? Why not, right? And the importance of feeding the gut microbiome because the gut microbes produce chemical neurotransmitters that convey messages between the gut and the brain, right? And how that helps enable neuroplasticity, right? We talked about that before, neuroplasticity. That's the ability of the brain circuits to reorganize and change the properties of the network, resulting not only in alterations of brain function, but behavior as well. Putting him in my pocket. And this reminded me of an aha moment I had earlier in the day walking my dog, who I project has a lot of anxiety. And on our walk, we walk the same way a couple times every day, and we pass one particular neighbor's house, and there is a hole in the gate of the fence, and they have a dog who, rightfully so, is protective over his yard. But that hole is big enough that the dog can fit its mouth outside of the hole. So we realized that one day in a slight altercation. And so now every time we pass by, we either have to cross the road, because I don't know, what if the dog's out, what if the dog's not out? And my dog gets anxious. But I realized what was happening was that I also was getting anxious. And I was tightening on the leash. Regardless of if we were walking by or crossing the street, I'm tightening the leash. So my dog's not anxious. I'm passing my own fear and anxiety off to the dog. And I had this thought, like, what would happen if I made a different choice? What would happen if I softened and relaxed, stepping out of fear into trust, right? Making that conscious choice to change my behavior from a place of faith and intuition rather than from resistance and a need to know what's going to happen, what's around the corner. And what if I practice that in other places in my life? So stay tuned for the next episode. Our walk this morning did go well. But what my gut is telling me is that this practice will shift my perspective and open my awareness and my heart and my mind to the miracles and the magic that happen in each moment. Thank you. And that reminded me of this excerpt from The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. Then a woman said, "Speak to us of joy and sorrow." And he answered, "Your joy is your sorrow unmasked. And the selfsame well from which your laughter rises was oftentimes filled with your tears. And how else can it be? The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Is not the cup that holds your wine the very cup that was burned in the potter's oven? And is not the lute that soothes your spirit the very wood that was hollowed with knives? When you are joyous, look deep into your heart, and you shall find it is only that which has given you sorrow that has given you joy. When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight." I'll take that into a time of prayer. Holy Heart of the universe, may we enter into this time with an open heart and an open mind. May what lies within speak to us all. May that desire for divine awakening move us with purpose, with grace, with ease. Guided by our own intuition and bringing forth love in a gentle and magnificent way. And so it is.
Kind of thing it's been on my mind, and I can't keep it locked up inside like a headstrong wave to a shrinking tide. It's gonna find a way. It's like every day and the day before, just waiting for the knock now. Yeah, knock upon your door, and just when you think you can't wait no more, all you find a way. There ain't nothing that you can't borrow. There ain't nothing that you can't steal. Well, it's all done by touch, it's done by feel, and there you are. At the end of the day, yeah, you find a way. Well, there ain't nothing, oh, nothing you can borrow. Ah, there ain't nothing, oh, not nothing you can steal. Well, it's all done by touch, it's done by feel. I ain't gonna lie, oh, I ain't gonna pretend I wouldn't tell you nothing, oh, that I can't defend. As it is now, until the end, you find a way.
All right. Laura Yokochi, you are here. I know you are. I saw you. Come on down here. Hey, Laura. We got a quote here that you can read for us.
Okay, yeah,
All
I'll
right.
read this.
All right, hold that mic up so everybody can hear you now.
Okay, this is a quote I got from Napoleon Hill. Does everyone know Napoleon Hill? Okay, this was from
Let me hold
an
this.
audio disc.
I'm gonna hold this.
It was an audio disc, and I remember thinking, oh, that's good. But he quoted Henry Ford, and this is what it was. It started out with, if you have a task in front of you that just seems impossible, start out with the can do, and the no can do takes to its heels and runs.
Yeah. Start out with the can do, and the no can do takes to its heels and runs. I like it. Henry Ford. Yeah, thank you, Laura. And you know, I was gone last week, so I want to say thank you all for filling in. Megan, thank you for holding the glue that held everything together. And you know what? When I leave, I don't worry at all, because all these teams of people here, you know, like everything runs. Everything runs. And I love that about Spiritual Soul Center, is that one person missing does not cause chaos. You know, one person missing is one person missing, and the rest of the people do what they do, and it's what it is. So thank you all for doing that and making all that possible for me to be away for a little while. Yes, I did pay cards with my mom. Those of you who were here for Thanksgiving. Anybody here for Thanksgiving last year? Remember when I told the story about my mom winning 3 times in a row? She didn't win 3 times in a row, but she won some card games. So we always say, make sure you take enough quarters, because we pay 1 hand for quarter, 3 quarters, you know. And my mom says, oh, I'll only need 3. It's like, I don't know all these quarters, I only need 3. Yeah. And she didn't need much more than 3. And plus the girls, we always give her money anyway. She never needs quarters. Anyway, so this is, Memorial Day is tomorrow. Memorial Day is tomorrow. And I like to share a little history about Memorial Day. You know, it started, the holiday of Memorial Day started to honor the Confederate and Union soldiers following the American Civil War. And back in that day, it was called Decoration Day, because following a tradition in the South more, they think, more prominent in the South, of decorating graves with wreaths and flags and flowers. Okay, so it started off like that. It wasn't until World War II that it started to include all men and women who lost their lives during conflict or war. And the name actually didn't change from Decoration Day to Memorial Day until World War II. And then in World War II, it became Memorial Day. It was always held on May 30th. But then in 1968, all the way up to 1968, there was a Uniform Holidays Bill was passed. And on that day, they combined it on a Monday to create a 3-day weekend, which is what we enjoy today. And the first time that happened was 1971. And Memorial Day, like I said, is about honoring the men and women who died serving in conflicts, serving in wars, serving in times of peace, but in conflicts in the United States, but also over the world. And so it's not really appropriate to me, it could be to you, to say Happy Memorial Day. That's not what Memorial Day is about. Nor is it to say thank you for your service. The people that we're honoring are all the people who died serving. And so this Memorial Day really calls us to take a moment to remember, to recall that there are people who did that, who ran toward danger. Whether they were scared to death or brave as hell, they ran toward danger. I wasn't one of them. You know, I won't be one of them. I didn't serve in the military at all. But this is the time to remember, though, to honor those men and women. To honor those men and women who, whether they thought they were fighting and they knew they were fighting for our freedoms, or like I said, they were scared to death. And they were both and happened in between. And so I encourage you tomorrow and this weekend, amongst the picnics and the gatherings and the music and the art shows and all those things that we do with a 3-day holiday weekend, to remember and honor those people, because that's what it's about. So let's just take a moment and do that, will you? Just to think back just a little bit and to honor those people. The brave soldiers who marched, who flew, who sailed on ships and planes, on the boots on the ground, that we honor you today for running toward danger, for your life in service. For that we are grateful, and amen. Yeah. So all this thing of looking back in appreciation and recognition reminded me of the value of history. Like the value of history. You know, we teach a lot, and I teach a lot, and there's a lot in the Buddhism way of thinking and being in the moment. We're saying, forget everything else and be in the moment. And certainly that's where life happens, in the moment. And there's also valuable to look at history. It's also valuable that we are here today on the backs and the shoulders and the feet and the effort of all those who came before us. That's how it happened. I mean, the evolution of the human being and of our human nature, we are here because of that. And sometimes we forget that. But that's the truth of it. It reminded me of that, how important it is, the evolution of humanity. Oh my God, when somebody says, oh, I need a root canal and I'm so... I say, you should be happy you can get it. Because that kind of stuff killed people. You know, the evolution of medicine, the evolution of transportation, of all these things, all that brought us to here. You know, all those things brought us to where we are today. I mean, you can argue whether it was good or whether it's bad. It brought us to right here. All that. It reminded me of that history. And then, I wanted to talk today, having understood that, having been in my journal, kind of talking about this to myself, is how valuable it is, the history of your life, your personal history, the history that got you to this point. How often do you even think about that? We are caught up in the moment. And I think if we can just look at history, our own or others, with humility and a kind of lightness, not a heaviness, not a judgment, not, woe is me, but to kind of look at it with a lightness, I think it's tremendous. And I think, I was noticing for me, so of course I'm projecting on you, that we don't stop and do that very often. We're so busy with stuff that when is the last time you just considered your life? Like just considered it. Like to just pause. Not to meditate, not to pray, not to do yoga, not to take a walk, not to work in the garden, not to sing, write, or chant. Nothing. Not any of that. Not the doing, but to take a break from all that doing and just allow yourself to consider your life. Like to consider your life. That's what I want to talk about today. Because I think we can admit, life is freaking amazing. And then it's awful. And then it's amazing again. And then it's awful. And in between, it's ordinary and routine and mundane and boring and lonely and inspired. It's all of that. All the time. And then it's awful. And then it's amazing. I mean, really, if you just look back, and I don't care how old you are, I just look like your life, that's what life is like. And if we can look at it like that, just this minute, isn't it just really beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? I think it is. I think that's the beauty of it, the complexity of it, that we're all over the place with it. Sometimes we're oblivious, sometimes we're just flat out of control. And then it's amazing. And then it's awful. And then it's hard. And then it's fun. All of it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And doesn't that call for some appreciation of your life? Not of my life for me, not looking at me or not looking at your kids or anybody else, your partner. You for you. Your life is amazing. And appreciation. Appreciation means looking back on it with a kind and gentle eyes, like your best friend would look at your life, or your mother, or your partner, like how they would look at your life and go, God, it is so amazing what you've done. It is amazing. You are incredible. I don't think you think that way. I know I haven't. Not often enough. Like I said, we get caught up in the moment, which is not a bad thing. There is such big value being in the moment. And there is such big value considering your life, the history that is you, the history that is your life. I think that's true. I'm saying it. I'm saying that's true. And while I was putting this together, I sit in my chair and I write in my journal during the week and try to get some kind of thing ready for y'all on Sunday. And I walk out in the kitchen and I look out the window, and we have this wall of sliding glass doors. There's like 4 of them that looks out on this small little courtyard, our little patch of green. It has a big brick wall around it, so it's just our little personal place. And out sitting in this little triangle of sun is our black cat's May. She's sitting out there, and she's just sitting. She's not chasing anything. She's not scratching herself, grooming herself. She's not doing anything. She's just sitting and looking and sitting and sitting. The whole time I was out, she's sitting in the same spot in the sun. She's all black, so she's getting real hot. Sitting. And because I had this on my mind, and who knows what cats think, I mean, there's no telling. But me having this in my mind, I'm thinking, that's what I'm talking about. That's what, Paula, that this idea that's coming through you is asking you to do, is just sit and consider your life. Not try to make it up, not try to judge it, not to be, but just consider it. I'm like, thanks, May. That was the picture then. She gave me the picture of that. Well, why is any of this important? You might be saying, what in the world is she talking about? Why is this spiritual in any way? Well, here's what I think. Here's what I think. Is that there is no small life. There is no useless life. There is no unimportant life. There is not one of those amongst us. There is only an essential life. That's all there is an essential life. And if you are living, that's it. Essential life. It's important. It makes a difference. It is critical to the vibration of the whole universe. Life. And if you can be brave enough to think of your life like that, to think of your life as something like that, then I believe that there is enough inspiration and wisdom in your life that you don't need a damn book or a teacher or anything else. All you have to do is look at your life. And you could have every answer, every inspiration, all the strength you need by looking at your own life. Yeah? Maybe? Are you thinking about your life? I mean, our life is filled with incredible moments. If we look at our life and we have that perspective of our life, of this instead of this, oh my gosh, just start thinking about it. Just start thinking about it. It has everything in there. It has the places where you stumbled and you fell and you got up. That's the hero's journey right there. You don't need a book. You did it. You're here. You're here. You might notice your resilience, your ability to change. Maybe you were stuck or brave or carefree or forced to do something or out of control, or you revisit a sadness that you had and you say, man, without that I would have never be who I am today. You have it all. You have all those things. I can't imagine that you don't. Anybody here never struggle? Yeah. Anybody here never been successful at something? The tiniest thing? I mean, we have all these experiences. And we have all the wisdom, I think, already in our life. I believe that. Some of you are saying, no, I don't think so. I don't know. Life sucks. Life's terrible. I don't know if there could be any wisdom in my life right now. You don't have to raise your hand. I think there's something there. I do believe there's something there to inspire you and guide you. But listen here. I'm going to give you these questions to help you understand for yourself what's already there. And the first question I'm going to ask you is to ask yourself is, how have I helped? Not how have I volunteered somewhere for 20 years, but how have I helped? What was your job? What did you do? You helped people somehow. You helped people somehow. There was a way you helped. You're with your ideas, with your encouragement, with your choices, with your kindness, with your money, with your time. You've helped. Do you realize that you have helped build a community and a family and a world? You've helped do that. You want to argue with me about that? I mean, you could. But I'm saying, you did that. You helped some way. You helped. You did. You did. You are. You'll continue to. You helped. You helped. And I say that you can use that, if you are honest about looking at that, you can use that as your own inspiration in your life. That you made a difference. Your inspiration for you, by you. How about this? What have you endured? Do I even need to give you a list of that? No, I don't. What have you endured? What have you endured? And by having endured that, how has it made you who you are today? Isn't that an inspiration in itself? Like you endured that. That and that and that and that and that. All. You made it. You endured it. Like that. That should be a great inspiration. That is where we, if we look at our own lives, can gather the strength that we need today to go to the next thing, whatever the next thing is. Because you've endured that, whatever that is. Here's another one. What have you experienced? There's been the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It has made you more complex and multidimensional than anything happening good all the time. You have experienced the good, the bad, and the ugly already. Even these two young people right here, you've done it already. You don't have as much as experience as your parents, but you've got it, man. We all have it. There's no one who's excluded from this. How about this one? If you just look at your life, can you see how you've grown? Who here can say they are the same person they were just 2 years ago? Are you? 5 years ago? 10 years ago? Oh my gosh, not the same person, are you? You have grown. Shouldn't that be the thing? Oh my gosh, I have, and I can continue to grow. What's going to stop me? What could stop me from growing? If I use my life as the inspiration for how much I've already grown, isn't how much I can grow unlimited? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, what have you become? I mean, look what you've become. Feel what you've become. That just didn't happen by chance. It's because of the life you've lived. Your life, your inspired life, the strength that you manifested throughout it. The choices you made, the great choices and the not so great choices. All of that inspired. Something to guide you. Your life for you. That's what I think. So I think we should take a moment. I'm advocating by the great goddess in the grass, May, the black cat of all time, to follow her inspiration, to sit in the grass, sit in the sun, maybe the shade today, and just consider your life already. It's amazing. And then it's awful. And then it's amazing. And then it's hard. And then it's lonely. And then it's incredible. And then it's joy-filled. It's all of it. And I want you to know, and I want you to believe that your life is beautiful. Already, it's beautiful. Use it to guide you, to inform you. You got it. Let's take that into meditation. Take a deep breath in and back out. And I invite you to spend these few moments sitting and considering your life. To give yourself that wide perspective. To look lightly on your life. To appreciate all of it. All of it. For a few moments. So today I'm flying low, and I'm not saying a word. I'm letting all the voodoos of ambition sleep. The world goes on as it must, the bees in the garden rumbling a little, the fish leaping, the gnats getting eaten, and so forth. But me, I'm taking the day off. Quiet as a feather, I hardly move, though really I'm traveling a terrific distance. Stillness, one of the doors into the temple.
I see the color within the light now, and I'm free. free. Make me free now. Make me free now, 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 now. It's gonna make me free now. It moves through the air, and I'm free. I'm free to cover the music that I hear everywhere, everywhere. Yeah, I'm free. Can't be undone. When the dream and the dreamer fade into one. Oh, that's what makes me free. Makes me free now. Makes me free now, 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 now. It's what makes me free now. Talking about that kind of freedom, you can find it everywhere. It's in the way that the lights do play and all the songs that fill the air. You can't put your finger on it, but you know, now you know it's there. Oh, it's in the past, the present, now and forever. Just a hand and a heart working together. Sometimes it's hard just to know where to start. But if I can take what's in my head and run it through my heart, oh, that's what makes me free. Makes me free now. Makes me free now, 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 now. Yeah, I'm free. Oh, it's in the air, it's on the ground, it's everywhere, waiting to be found. Waiting for you now, waiting for me now. Oh, it's gonna make me free now. Now, 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 make me free now. It's gonna make me free now.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all be well. May all be peaceful and at ease. May all be happy. Amen.